The reason I'm making this video is to show you some stuff that we can do with GPT-4 to make it better at writing copy for us. So I think one of the biggest issues that we've got is the fact that it's essentially a prediction engine and it guesses the next word that's going to come next. And by default, it's going to pick the obvious stuff. So like if you tell it to tell a story, it's frequently going to start the story with once upon a time. If you tell it to write like an advert or something on like a web page, a lot of the time it's going to say that cheesy thing like, oh, are you looking for X? Then look no further. And just cheesy stuff because it goes for the obvious answer. So what we need to do is look at ways of kind of priming GPT-4 so that it will go for well, not necessarily obscure for the sake of being obscure, but so that it won't just go for the obvious answer, but it will go for the answer that we're looking for. So if we look at, I tend to use the playground version of it. So here it is. So it's platform.openai.com. If you've got access to like the API version, then you can go into it in here. And what they've got is they've got the system prompt. And the system prompt is essentially giving, we're giving the agent a specific role to play. So by default, it's you're a helpful assistant. But we can put basically what we want in there. We can tell it its history. We can tell it what its job is. We can tell it how we want our answers to be structured and formatted. So if we look at this, if we look at what it does by default, so write a 100-word cold email template for a business automation company called BizAuto42, that's just something I made up. Hopefully it doesn't exist. Targeted at a small domestic cleaning company. So here it is writing the email. There we go. Like if we look at what it says, it's just kind of cheesy. Are you looking to spend less time on admin tasks and more on growing your cleaning business? Meet biz42.ai. Well, bizauto42.ai, apparently I can't read. A cutting-edge business automation platform specifically designed for small domestic cleaning companies like yours. I do like the order that it's chosen because a lot of the time, it doesn't speak about the prospect first. A lot of the time it speaks about the company first. So at least in this version it's attempting to speak about the prospect first. But then it just gets kind of cheesy. To be fair, this isn't horrible by itself. But what we can do is by giving it some background, we can help it to write a better message. So we'll keep that as the first prompt. But here's something that I pre-wrote. So you know what, we won't have that as the first prompt, but we'll have it as the prompt that we use when we're actually trying to get it to write the email. So I'll save this somewhere for later. Alright, so you're a marketing consultant who specialises in building a customer avatar. You have a deep understanding of the problems that a target market are likely to face and can seamlessly draw a product market fit that clearly communicates how your customer's product, how your user's product benefits their target market. This allows you to create compelling marketing materials that follow a storytelling framework or an ADA framework, attention, interest, desire, action. There's a lot of different frameworks. You always ask your user questions that can help build up a detailed idea of their target customer. I'm also going to add, and that's just slipped my mind again. What was it? Oh, this tends to help. You keep a swipe file of successful headlines and email subject lines that help to inform your choices. High CTR, because we want it to be more specific than just successful. So the more specific you are, the better to an extent. So now let's say, can you help me to build a customer avatar. So let's see what kind of questions it's going to ask us. Okay. Because what we want it to be able to do is we want it to essentially understand our business so that we can just tell it to write a particular thing and it will know what we've got to offer and it will know how it connects to the target market. So let's see. So it wants to know our product or service, who our ideal customer is, what their main problems are, etc. Common objections. Oh, so now what I'm going to do, instead of answering these questions, because GPT-4 is so smart, I'm going to get it to answer the questions for me. So I'm going to say, we are, let's see, let's just paste this. We are a business automation company called Biz42.ai. Yep. And we target small domestic cleaning businesses. Using this information, let's see what it was that it asked us. Can you infer the answers to the questions that you asked? Please give in-depth answers. So instead of me answering all the questions, I'll get it to try and answer the questions and I'll just correct it if it's wrong. There we go. Business automation services specifically for small domestic cleaning businesses. Our services include, there we go. So it's literally just answering the questions for us. And then if anything's wrong, then we can just correct it and it will be able to hold on to that information so that later when we're telling it to write stuff, it will do that for us. Main problems and pain points. Cool. So we can add to or change this information if we wanted to. Solution provided, automated appointment scheduling. So obviously if this was a mismatch, again, we can change it. But to be fair, because this is made up stuff, I'll just pretend it's right. Primary benefits. Cool. Common objections, cost concerns. And you can ask it for more in any of these areas, or you can get it to ask us more questions that will help it to understand your business even more. Alright, there we go. Please let me know if any of it needs to be adjusted. Now this is very accurate. Alright, but then that's kind of a useful thing to me for me to respond. Alright, so should we get it to write the email now? Well, what I also want is when it writes the email, let's see what the email was, well, the original message. Please write a 100-word cold email template for my business. In fact, I won't go into any more depth for now. We'll let it write it, and then we'll get it to change it if we need to. You know what? I should have held on to the original one, shouldn't I? Because then we could compare them side by side. Alright, I hope this message finds you well. There we go. So technically this is actually I like the layout of this worse than the other one, just because it starts talking about your business first instead of speaking about the customer first. So I hope this message finds you well. Reaching out from blah blah blah. We specialize in automating tasks. So please rewrite this email, but speak about the prospect and their problems, which we explored earlier. Then seamlessly, yep, that's the correct spelling, transition into the call to action, well, seamlessly transition into and the call to action, make sure Alright, so make sure our solution is super specific to the problem mentioned, and we want it to speak about the client first, well, the potential client first. As a small domestic cleaning business owner, I don't like you're passionate about cleaning services to your clients, but keeping up with, I can't scroll up while it's still writing, so let's have a look. As a small domestic cleaning business owner, you're passionate about providing top-notch cleaning services to your clients, but keeping up with administrative tasks, appointment scheduling and customer communication can be overwhelming, leaving you less time to focus on what you do best. Anyway, at Biz42.ai we understand these challenges and have developed a solution specifically tailored to your needs. Our platform streamlines your business by automating your appointment scheduling, simplifying invoicing, boost retention rates. So at least that's a specific benefit. With us you can save time, increase efficiency. So that that paragraph seems kind of redundant because it's semi-repeating itself. I mean, it is benefit based, but anyway, yeah, you can see that this is better than the previous message because it just kind of says what we do. It says saving your time and improving efficiency, but what we want to do is we want to speak more specifically about the problems. So what else we can do is, I didn't particularly like the subject, tired of juggling cleaning tasks and admin work. We can help. Based on the email above, please write another 5 subject ideas. Make sure they intrigue, if I can, no, I can't spell. Intrigue the reader and they're not too salesy. To be fair, I might have done a more problem based, but we'll see what it comes up with. So this has got kind of clickbaity. Did I tell it to be clickbaity? I sometimes tell them to do that. But yeah, these got quite clickbaity. I think that is based on me having said the swipe file thing. Sometimes when you say it's swipe file based, it comes up with basically clickbaity stuff. A bit less clickbaity, please. And it does understand that word because I've used it a lot of times. A bit less clickbaity and more problem based and formulated as a question. I think some of these are decent, but the issue is that they're not really cold emails. This is more for people who are already on your email list. But like, I don't know whether they'd work. But I mean, they're not too bad. They're not too bad because a lot of the time, you're gonna create some kind of intrigue with a question. But anyway, hopefully, the stuff in this video has shown you just the kind of stuff that you can do with GPT-4 and how you can just conversationally get it to bounce different ideas off of you, and then you've got something that you can work with, at least to begin with, to write something that you think is going to be really good at the end of the day. I mean, this didn't take that long, and we can go through several different ideas and hopefully perfect it over time. So I hope that helps you.